I honestly believe podcasting is a cheat code for life. I've learned so much about life that I didn't even realize I was going to learn just through talking to different people. I think at this point, I think I've had maybe close to 500 or so interviews that I've conducted altogether. And you just kind of learn through osmosis. You won't remember a lot of faces, names. I mean, it's to the point now where if you brought somebody's name up, I could remember that they were on the podcast, but exactly what they were speaking about, it's hit or miss whether I remember what it is. But somewhere in the back of my subconscious is a lot of this information, and I've changed by leaps and bounds. So then when you're thinking about being on shows, you're thinking about guesting, being a host, whatever it is, leverage that. You utilize that, take advantage of that opportunity to have deep conversations about things that you don't get to on a usual basis. I think that's one of the coolest things about podcasting is that I've never been a fan of small talk, but now that I've been in podcasting, I know that that's like the cheat code for asking deep questions about life, about careers, and all that stuff. But it's funny that I've sort of learned how to translate that into just general conversations. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten is I hated small talk, just talking about the weather, oh, how old's your dog? Like the information like that is interesting, but it never got me out of bed. But someone said something that just kind of flipped the switch for me. And that was small talk is about creating a larger piece of Velcro that someone can stick to. And so instead of answering a question of, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. All right, that's the end of that, segment. Let's on to the next question. But if you said, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I spent some time in the Marine Corps, so I traveled around a bit. I spent some time in Arizona. I went to Maryland. After the Marine Corps, I went to Silicon Valley for a little bit. Now I reside in Texas. There's a lot of pieces that someone can tie themselves to. It might not even be the last thing you said. It might have been something in the middle, like, oh, wow, you were in Silicon Valley. I've always wanted to have a stint in Silicon Valley. So just little nuances like that, little things about understanding how conversations work, I think would apply to anyone, anywhere, if you're coming from podcasting.